My next guest has got a huge fight coming up here against Dan Ige, UFC 289, June 10th. We're less than a month away. It is Nate the Train back here on the program. Nate, how are you, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, James, man. It's been phenomenal just going right back into camp because it's like I didn't have to focus on getting in shape. I was already in shape, so it's just fine-tuning and it's getting better.
Yeah, and what an opportunity here, like I mentioned. I believe first time on the pay-per-view, really awesome opponent here in Dan Ige. How cool is this, man? This is a pretty awesome scenario for you here.
It's one of those cases, it's either going to be careful what you ask for or you going to get what you want, you know what I mean? Because I'm either going to get what I want or yeah, I guess he's probably thinking like, he think he wants this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, that's what I asked for, man. I got it. I feel like if we own to something, man, I go out there and do what I'm supposed to do, man. It feels like we really doing something big.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And it looked like you got a full camp for this one. When did you find out?
Oh, man, I was basically working on it after the last fight. I was already like, what's up, Sean? I'm ready to go again. Man, my whole mantra for this training camp is I'm walking in unranked and I'm walking out a star. You know what I mean? That's my whole mantra for this training camp. I'm walking in unranked and I'm walking out that bitch a star. Let's go.
You must have been pretty familiar with him because I know Dan was with your management group, right, at one point, and I know he's with a different one now, so there must have been some familiarity. I don't know if you pay attention to that or not, but I'm assuming you knew who he was.
I'm a fan, man.
Yeah.
I like the way I could tell he got a good mind.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell, it's the first time in a while I'm like, all right, this dude's we just like each other, man. So it's like I got to get in there and get the job done. I feel like I got the tools to finish it. But we're gonna easier said than done, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I got to ask, is this your first time going to Canada?
Yeah, first time in Canada.
Did you know anything about Vancouver before taking this fight? I'm curious about that.
I knew that Vancouver was north of Seattle.
Okay, well, here's a little connection here, right? You're from Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the Memphis Grizzlies, they used to be in Vancouver. Did you know that? That's why they're called the Grizzlies.
Oh, I did not know that. I know that I was looking it up. They got a hockey team, and I was like, the Predators. I know the Predators. They play the Predators, and the Predators is big.
Yeah.
Was it the Canucks? I was actually thinking about wearing a Canuck jersey.
Oh, hey, I got an extra one if you need one to walk out with. I don't know if they'll let you do that, but with the Venom thing. But yeah, that's interesting. But if you have a Grizzlies jersey, you'll win some people over with that, man. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, that's cool. That might be a secondary little choice. Walk in with a Grizzlies. That's cool.
Yeah, there you go. I'm giving you some tips. And, got to mention it here in this interview. I mean, you and I have been doing interviews for I don't know how long. Before you were in M1, how cool is it? We're finally going to meet, Nate. I'm thrilled about that. I get to see you watch fight live.
Today I was like, man, even though I've only got 6 fights in the UFC, those 5 fights in M1 was good enough to be in the UFC. So it's like these last 11 fights have been top tier. I've lost 2. I know I started off a little rocky, but man, I feel like I got my shit together, and it's exciting that you're going to be there. I'm going to get to meet you after all these years, after like the biggest moment of my career so far. Yeah, man. I after my last fight, I went home and seen my wife for a little bit, man, and it was like, man. I was talking to the UFC, and I was like, man, I could do June 10th. I was like, all right, June 10th. I was like, I could do Dan Ige. He's like, all right, Dan Ige. I was like, I guess I'm flying my bitch ass back down to Miami. So, I mean, it's like a love-hate relationship because it's like I got to leave my wife every time, but it drives me. It gives me this hunger. It's like, man, it's like I feel like I'm a man on a hunt. You know what I mean? His wife is at the crib. She's pregnant. It's either I'm killing some food or we ain't eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no situation to where I can't come back to the house without some food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree, man.
If I'm out here one day, I get a kill. That's one thing. If I'm out here, I might be out here for a week starving, but I got to get this kill because I got to do it. It's up to me. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's something we've seen, and I can attest to this as well because I got 2 kids. But Dad, we've seen, we saw Dad Donald Cerrone a few years ago, right? Like definitely, it hit it up a level. We've seen a lot of guys that once they become that father, it definitely changes things. You just talked about it there. You got to provide now, not for you and your wife, but now you got another one on the way. How does that feel, man? Has the mentality changed for you?
Man, I've always had a strong mentality, but it just adds to it. It kind of reinforces it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Like I was telling my wife, like when they're born, they only got us, man. It's up to us to give them the good life that they want. I'm not gonna give them everything they want, but I'm gonna give them damn sure give them what they need. And it's like, man, it's just one of them things. It's like a blessing, and it's like, damn, if I'd have had kids like 10 years ago, they at least see me fighting. But it's like they'll hear about it. But it's cool. And man, I'm laser focused in on this fight, man. I know that this is the one, man. This is the one that boosts me up to, okay, Nathan Train. And Nathan Train is in the UFC. Hey, Nathan Train, number 13. Nathan Train, making some noise. I go out there and beat Dan Ige. There's no way that's not a bonus.
Yeah.
There's no
Oh yeah.
way there's no way either one of us wins this fight without a bonus. I just don't see it happen. It's not in our nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. As far as bodies in the gym at MMA Masters, who have you mainly been working with? Who's helping you get ready for this fight?
Oh man, my buddy Danny Chavez is almost a very similar, very good look. And we got my buddy Tyshawn Williams, real good collegiate wrestler. He was number 15 in the nation at D1. So we've been wrestling. I know it's probably gonna be a little bit of a wrestling match.
Mhm.
I've been working on this wrestling. I've been working on my wrestling, and I'm trying to equalize that and make it into my fight.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I know he's obviously a couple weight classes up, but do you get to see Colby Covington at all? Obviously, he's a sort of a staple at that gym now.
Oh, for sure, man. I see this man every day. He does his thing. I do my thing. We like two ships passing in the bay. We see each
Right.
other every day. You know what I mean? We work out on occasion, more strength and conditioning. We get a couple of things in, and he's just preparing for his moment. I'm preparing for mine.
Interesting. And like you guys are kind of opposites. Let's be honest here. Like as far as your personalities and even your fight style is a little bit different. Is it kind of opposites attract in a way? Like you guys are, there's a respect there, but you guys are too different.
We're quite familiar with each other, man. He's always like, bro, you gotta be smarter. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty smart. Like, bro, no, you gotta fight smarter. I'm like, man, I'm trying, man. And then that was funny because after that last fight, I texted him, was that smart? And he's like, yeah, that was fucking smart. That was a good one.
Does that feed into the gym though? I know everyone talks about even the people who didn't like him in American Top Team. They talk about his work ethic. Is that something that translates in the gym?
Yeah, man. I think anywhere. I think just with any situation, any job, pride, commitment. It's like it gets passed on. And you see somebody going full effort, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna half-ass it. You know what I mean? And it's in my nature to train balls to the wall, anyways. That's just the way I go. That's how I used to run track. That's how I used to play ball. That's how I did everything. I tell people all the time. I used to run the 800 meters. I'm like, man, I just sprinted that first 400 and try to make it that second one, man. And that's kind of how I fight. But I feel like my fighting style's got a little bit better since I've been down here training, man. And it's a testament to these coaches down here, the teammates down here, but it's also like it was a good chance for my opportunity to be alone and just kind of be in my own mind and live with my own thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it sounds like a great fit. Who's going to be making the trip down there with you to Canada as far as your corner?
Oh, man, I was my longtime boxing coach, Kelvin Garcia, and then the two coaches from MMA Masters, Daniel and Caesar.
Nice. That's great, man. And like you said there, fight of the night on paper. How's this one playing out? How's it going down?
Man, it's one of the things you fantasize about it, and you go over 100 different scenarios. The way I feel like the only way I could get him out of there, I gotta hurt him. I gotta keep him. I feel like my legs. Well, I'm not too much taller than him, but I know my legs is quite a bit longer than him, so I gotta kick him. I gotta punch him. When we wrestle, I gotta break clinches with a couple of punches, and I just gotta go in there and let him know, bro, I might be unranked, but tonight you met your match. You know what I mean?
Did you know he's never been knocked out?
Yeah, he's never been finished.
So does that add a little bit more too? Because you got some power, man, and again, every fight's different.
Finished too.
That's true. Yeah. So there you go.
I fought many a man that's never been finished, but I mean, to his credit, if he gets finished by me, it'd be cooler than getting finished by somebody like Herbert Burns.
Right, that's true.
I'm like, how the fuck did Herbert Burns get me, man?
Yeah.
This motherfucker is a schmo. It just depressed me, but you know what I mean. At least if you get got by a real one. So Yeah, man, I'm excited. And yeah, June 10th, man. June
Yeah.
10th, June 10th, June 10th, June 10th. You see my little calendar. This is how I
Yeah.
do my year. I'm
Love
not
it.
I'm not days off, baby. We got
Good.
30 days till battle.
That's
And
great,
I
man.
mean, that's how I do it, man. Every day counts. And I feel like, man, a lot of people sleep on my abilities, man. And we're gonna it's like you gotta win or you can't even cut a promo. And I'm damn sure about to cut a promo.
There's a big title fight coming up in your division in July. Alex Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez. Who do you see taking the title in that fight?
Yeah, I feel like that's a tough one, but I feel like I just don't feel like Yair is gonna get the job done. I feel like just feel like Volk might just be on it. I was actually hoping Volkanovski was gonna beat Islam and move up permanently. In an ideal state, I was hoping that Volk was gonna win the 55 belt, move up, vacate. Korean Zombie retires. Josh Emmett loses and retires, and then it's like moves us all down. It helps us all out get a little bit better, closer to the title. But I feel like Volk's gonna keep it. I just don't feel like I feel like if Max can't get him, then I don't feel like Yair can get him. But he does some crazy shit. So that's what you love about fighting. It's an imperfect sport.
Yeah.
So could you imagine a ballerina making one mistake and still doing well, or like a gymnast making one mistake and still doing well? It doesn't happen, or a swimmer. But in MMA, first round, terrible second round, terrible third round, even as a champion, and then fourth, fifth round, go out there and take it home.
I was trying to remember how many more fights you have left on your contract. Do you know?
Just signed a new contract, so this is my first. Yeah,
Oh, congrats, man! How many fights?
fight I renegotiated, and yeah, I pretty much got everything I want. And it's
Good.
like we gonna see if I was trying to bite off too much.
That's good, man. What, 4 or 5 fights, or how many do you got?
Yeah, four more, just four more.
Congrats, man. That's great. It's tough to get that second contract. I guess what, third contract or second contract for you? I'm trying to remember.
So I had the 3 fights, and I did my second contract was the Onama fight, and the last one, and then I was like, look, I'm ready to step up and fight whoever, but we was like, we can't do it on a second contract, kind of bullshit. So I'm happy, man.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear it, especially with the little one on the way. Just 2 more quick questions. You mentioned, a win here gets you in the rankings and all that. I'm going to throw a fight out here, and again, we're not looking past June 10th. I'm just talking hypothetically here, but would you ever want to fight Bryce Mitchell? I think that would be like a fun fight for both of you guys, especially where both of you are from.
Yeah, man, I want to fight him. It's so crazy that we didn't fight. We almost fought a while back, a long time ago, before either one of us got to UFC. But I think skill wise, Bryce is good, but I think that like when going gets tough, I don't think he's really about that life. I mean, my man was talking about retiring after just getting beat up one time.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. And before we go, how you feeling about being a dad? Because obviously, you've gone to Russia and fought Russians over there overseas. You've had some tough fights, but I know being a dad is a huge responsibility. So how are you feeling about it?
Man, I just feel like, man, if it's been happening for thousands and thousands of years, and I feel like my wife is a good wife. She's a good woman. I'm a good man, so I feel like we're gonna figure it out pretty well.
Yeah.
It'll be, it's definitely gonna be life changing. But other than that, I feel like I got what it takes to be a great father.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Do you know the due date yet?
Yeah, it's October. So the big question is, do I try to do another one?
Right. Yeah, I know you got to kind of weigh the options there. And do you know the gender yet, or are you going to wait?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Oh,
So
congrats, man. That's awesome. Nate the Train Jr. There we go.
Yeah, got a little baby boy coming.
There you go, coming into the station. That's great, man. Nate, thanks so much for doing this. I can't wait for this fight, June 10th, UFC 289. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
At Perfect Sports, man, they always got my back. They're fueling me through training camp. And my manager, Brian Butler, my coaches down here, my coaches up north. All the fans that cuts promos and send them to me. I get all kind of shit, man. And, man, I just like to, man, just thank God, really, man. I feel like I'm really coming into a chapter of my life where it's like everything's going well. I've been doing a real good. It's like, when does the fucking floor fall out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But working hard, and I feel like June 10th is gonna be like the time that everybody's like, oh, this motherfucker really is a contender. You know what I mean?